So, hello and welcome everyone. This is Jackie Casey here and some awesome leaders and future leaders coming to you live in March. Oh my gosh, it's already going to be the end of first quarter. That sounds absolutely creepy crazy. I feel like we just left Dallas, but we're here. It's been a whirlwind of great success already in 2019. Every single month has another momentous movement going on. And we're set for another one for the month of March. So before we kind of go right into feed the brain, get yourself ready. To be ready today, make sure you've got a notebook. Make sure you've got your calendar. Make sure you have your action brochure. And you can always, of course, have your monthly brochures, okay? Your monthly, seasonal. So whatever is best for you, you always have your tools. I always have mine. Mine are always sitting here ready for work, so I've always got every tool in my little kit. So just always keep that handy on your desk because, you know, as a team, we do every darn tool there is. So that's to make us work less and look smarter, right? So anyway, so great to have you here on our beautiful Fat Tuesday, we call this today. And so that being said, I just thought we'd do a little bit of fun before we dive into more and more information, because this is really a webinar that's designed to help you make your action plan. So what is it you plan to achieve? You must have very clear goals. And again, that action plan blocked into the calendar that aligns to those goals versus, oh, this is what I want to do. Well, good for you. The goal is to really say, this is what I am willing to work for and what I will be doing, and then make your actions how to do that. So that's what we're going to take you through today. We always have some fun, some inspiration, some recognition, and education. You know how I feel about fire. It's always the recipe to a perfect meeting or webinar. So we'll be taking you through all of that today. But I thought before we would go to slides and information and feed your brain with some aha moments, I wanted to just pause. We've had some really fun things happening. From more sponsoring than maybe some of you have ever done personally or in your branch, kind of some record breaking. Maybe you just tried Facebook Live and you're like, oh my gosh, I just did it. Maybe you're out talking to people and you've not done that before. Every small win is a big win because confidence is truly how you build this business. The more you practice, the more you learn, the more you apply, the more action and reaction you get towards your results. So I wanted to kind of pause, do open mic, and just say, what is something, if you could do a little 30 to 60 second commercial, something you're excited about that since the beginning of the year or February, whenever it is, it doesn't matter, yesterday, today, that you're starting to try and experience and you're feeling really excited about, or something that had a result. So anybody, just take the mic and do a quick share if you would, please. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, I'm better at talking to people.
Go ahead, Dia. Share a little more how you're doing that and what you're...
I have my little, bag. I use the Jaffa Royal little black color bag. I have that in my purse. I have all my sachets in there with my business cards. And so some days I don't feel like I'm going to be talking to anybody, but at least I know I'm prepared. And if an opportunity comes up, what I still have to work on is always getting their contact information. Sometimes I forget, and then I want to kick myself later, but I just moving on. I don't have a lot of results from that yet. I only had one result, but at least I'm more comfortable doing it.
Excellent. First of all, I think the kudos is when you're prepared to go, you're ready to go, right? Mm-hmm. So I really want to reference a lot of things that Jose Luis really trained on last month. Those were some of the things he talked about, being prepared. So bravo, kudos to you, and thank you for sharing. Absolutely being prepared and ready. Sometimes we don't feel like, but sometimes right in front of us is somebody who really needs us to help them feel better, right? So, so it's great. It's great to be prepared. The other thing is, again, I love that you said, oh my gosh, I didn't get their information. Pause and breathe. And remember the connection. I love Scott's video I just posted on our Facebook Amber Region group. And he really just talks about, his daughter going to a concert. So I'll let you listen to it. I won't repeat it. But painting is just talking. It's a talking event, but you plan to talk. And it's connecting, and I know that Jose Luis brought this up. It's in all of our sponsoring training in the modules in Beautiful, but it's FORM. It's really just paying attention to the person you're talking to, finding something in common from their family, their occupation, what they love to do, what motivates them, or what they're excited about. So when you think about that, it's finding a way to maybe reconnect with them, right? So, oh my gosh, you're a retired teacher too? So am I. That's like pretty cool. How long have you been retired? Or we should get together for a cup of coffee sometime. Many times the conversation doesn't always land upon Jafra. It's a relationship. So again, I love that. And I love you're paying attention to noticing yourself, because I will tell you honestly, I know Dia, this has been her hardest thing. Dia, I think I've been out in your region for 15 years, but you know what I've watched? You're doing it. You're doing it more than you think, and you are having more success than you're giving yourself credit for. So I just want to pause and say kudos to you. You're prepared and you're out there taking action and just being yourself. And the joy is showing up. You're giving away sachets and you're getting appointments or sales. I've watched you during February on WhatsApp. So yay to you. That's painting and just being real and authentic to yourself. So I love that. Congratulations. All right, we're going to take 3 shares. Who else wants to share something that's happening, changing? Anybody? Go ahead, Wileen. I was hoping you'd jump in, record breaker.
Two of my most unexpecteds were a friend of mine. We had coffee, 2 or 3 months back, just to get together and to catch up. And in finding out in that conversation that she was a Rodan and Fields user, she had signed up and she was not using it as a business, but for personal use. And so I reached out to her again and said, you know, you can use this along with your Rodan and Fields. What product do you think you might be interested in? Well, she was interested in the cream, and it was a special that there was a vitamin along with it. I said, great. So I said, let's meet at McAllister's. That's always my meeting place, and I'll bring it to you. And so in that conversation, I found out a little bit more as to what she was doing with the Rodan and Fields. That I said, I know you're spending quite a bit of money on that, but I'm really excited, you know, that you're trying the royal jelly, and I'll be anxious to get your opinion on that. And we left it at that. So then that evening, I followed up with her and I said, you know, for $19, you could get it all. Why don't you give this a try for 90 days and see how you like to compare this with what you're presently using? And she said, okay. So that was a really exciting time. She was leaving for Hawaii today. So I actually had everything to fulfill her kit, but I had it shipped here. I said, don't worry about it. We'll have it come here. So that was one. Then the other one was a young lady who does some physical therapy, and she's been my customer for some time. But income is a little bit of a challenge, but she loves the product. So I contacted her, and we set up a phone conversation at 9 o'clock, which I'm not a morning person, but I said, okay, I can get up and do this. And the minute I told her that I needed her Social Security, I don't give my number out for anything. I said, okay, so we'll just go ahead and order it. Well, then that evening, I again sent out a text to her and said, you know, I've done this for 28 years, and I feel totally confident in our system. But if someone does invade it, we're all hacked. We'll all go down together. And she gave it some more thought, and she said, and I told her, I said, you're going to get an additional 30% off of everything. Don't you want to do this? And there was a little pause. She says, okay. And that was at 9 o'clock. I had turned everything off, was ready to go to bed, and
Don't you go to bed yet. Don't you?
So, and the others were just my clients. One earlier in the month, I had met on a bus trip to the Smokies, gave her some samples, and she had purchased quite a bit, and so focused on her, said, I think it's time. And
Wileen, let me ask you a question. Excuse me. How many total sponsors did you have on that list you posted on the Amber region?
8. I had 8.
8. Have you ever thought you'd do that in a month?
Oh, heavens, no. I was grateful just to get one sporadically every 2 or 3 months, but they all were users. I offered them the discount because that's how I started. I don't prejudge as to what they want to do. So one of the 8 was a QNC, which I was excited about. But now I've got 8 babies, as well as the others that I have that I've got to learn how to take care of. And so I'm really needing some guidance on that as to, I've been sending them texts, letting them know when all the webinars are, but I feel like I need to try and get them here just to introduce them to products because they're still new to Jafra relatively. So I texted Denise Martin. I said, I've got 8 newbies. I sure wish you were still here.
Do your own Zoom meeting and just welcome them all at the same time and let them talk like we do. Right?
Well, I pulled that up yesterday trying to figure out how to do that. So I'm going to have to.
I'm sure that you have a few friends on this camera that would help you or do it with you. So Anna join you. She'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to pause. I want to say thank you for sharing. I want to say congratulations, Wileen. 8 sponsors in a month. I love how you said I have 8 newborns and you're a new mom, right? Having 8 children at one time. So it's a time of all of us learning together. So congratulations. What I heard from you was to really listen, and you heard that she used something else and that perhaps this product would fit alongside that. And when there was an objection, you found a solution for her because it was still best for her.
Mm-hmm.
It was still, are you sure you don't want this benefit? Because I know you do. Yep. So I love that you served them till the end, and it was just a lot of conversations. Mm-hmm. You talked about where you met people, all these conversations. It keeps going back to, it's the number of conversations you have, not necessarily the results or anything. It's just talking to enough people. So Wileen, congratulations. Way to break your own records. That's awesome. We're proud of you. So, all right, we'll take one more quick share. I've got about 2 more minutes left to go in this segment of time. So go ahead, Susan. Would love to hear from you.
Hi, everybody. Well, I'm really excited. I haven't been doing parties in a while and keep saying I'm going to get back, but I did one for a fairly new consultant. So I guess it was her grand opening party, and kept it super simple. We just did skincare. I used the Revitalize card. She warned me in advance who wouldn't order. This one won't, so I knew that up front. Well, we showed her. They all bought Royal set, the Revitalize sets. Her sales were close to $800. And we booked 2 parties because they all wanted to do makeup. I said, somebody's going to have a party. And it was so easy for her to be able to see. So it got me excited, like, oh my God, I still have it. I still can do a party. And why aren't I doing these? But it was really great just to show her how easy it was. And the results were great. And then the one that didn't buy a set, she bought other spa products. Her skin was super sensitive. I just got a text yesterday that she went on her website and ordered her set. So
wow.
Future business, future parties, and it's pretty exciting. So
I have goosebumps. Susan, that's awesome. I love it. Anybody, if you're out there, you probably relate. I still got it. You don't believe me? Go do some parties and then tell me if you got it. Susan, that is rock star. Thanks. Tell me, you also, congratulations, personally sponsored 3 qualified consultants. So you earned a $100 bonus. So how did you do your sponsoring?
just talk to everybody. And, with the $19 kit that helped, a couple of them were re-sponsors, and they were excited and got them all qualified. And, it was a little tricky with, they bought the kit, but then needed to add more, and we worked it out. And then I was super excited when I saw the $400 new skincare pack. I think that's going to be so much easier for all of us to get people QNC'd on the spot. So yeah, it was exciting.
Congratulations. That's awesome. And that ties us right into where we're headed for March. So thank you for the perfect lead-in. I couldn't have had it any more perfectly unplanned. So thank you, Susan and Dia and Wileen. And I think, again, what we learned from Susan is, again, you kept hearing talking. It is talking. There's no magic pill, no magic words, no magic recipe. It really is just keep inviting, keep sharing, keep connecting and having conversations. The magic that I love that I heard Susan say was really working with these new consultants to at least do a welcome party and introduce the products to others. And if it's that good, share it with your best family and friends. And here comes, oh my gosh, simple. Follow the regimen of the Revitalize or whatever brand you're using in Royal, and just let the product do its trick. You could say all day long who's not going to buy, but they don't know because they've never tried Jafra. And when they have that on their skin, amazing. We are finding bookings and party sales because they want to try the next department and the next type of product. So again, congratulations. And thank you all for sharing. We so appreciate that. So I'm going to take us to our action planning webinar. We'll pause and come back and forth to the audience. For those of you here live today, feel free to type in the chat box any questions, any comments, any ideas that you want to continue to share. Please feel free to do that, and we'll come back and chat with the audience in a brief bit. Okay, so here we go. Let's take us to our program today. Forgive me, let me get myself all set for you to see the screen. All right, we're going to minimize this. Okay, so as we begin today, let me get this guy out of the way for a quick beginning here. As we begin today talking about the business of the month of March. First of all, like I said, happy Fat Tuesday. It's Mardi Gras celebration day. Lots of colors. They kind of look like M&Ms. It reminded me of the cover of the action brochure. But this is really such an incredible year. We heard this in Dallas. We kicked off January, and we were really truly talking about, we spent 5 years building this platform of movement and momentum and giving you the opportunities as leaders and future leaders to have more, be more, dream more, do more with this business. And we have stories that are breaking records. Each of you personally, small steps to big steps each and every day. So as we take a look at your action planning for March, pause and really take a quick view of who are you, where are you going, what do you most want to have happen in the month of March. We're in a peak month where people are sick of the winter. I know I am from Minnesota. And so it's a time for renewal, refresh, and really bringing people back to new skin, new color, everything that we have that spring brings us in fresh new spring gardens. So that being said, let me give you a little overview of what we're going to just kind of take us through in the next power hour. We're going to talk, I want to come back to, I know it's about parties, but there's a lot of great P's. Jafra has M&Ms, but I'm going to just talk about continued P's. We talked about the 3 P's last month, and there's many more. I do want to briefly just say our heartfelt love to Paulo. We're going to talk about some of the promotions and a parade of success we had that we're going to celebrate here this March, but from February results. We're going to just continue a little bit about paintings and postings and success that was happening with hashtag Jafra Movement. We're going to talk about parties, a little bit of products. I'm not going to train on products because you have a lot of that from Jafra, so that's not what this is. But I want to bring you back to how to book parties this month. You've got party training, you've got product training, but I'm all about filling up your calendar, because this is the week that you want to make sure you've got everything green in your calendar that's going to turn into paydays. Parties and people make paydays. So we're going to talk about those two ways to payday. And what does that look like? What does Jafra give you? And then you've got to plan, like Jose Luis talked about. We're going to just review what is green time in your calendar. We're going to really have you look at that and map it out in your calendar. That's what action planning is all about. So that's called IPAs. Work in your prime time hours or segments, power hours, power segments, to make the plan that aligns to the goals that you're shooting for. So let's take a quick look. Before we go anywhere, I really did want to pause. And I know you may have watched the video on Beauty Insiders. If you did, please watch that. That's the company message. I'm not here to deliver any different words. I'm here to just say, if there's one thing that this dynamic duet did, these two came together pretty close in time, Mauro and Paulo. And sorry, that's a little blurry picture. I should have snipped it instead of copy and pasted. But I want to say kudos to these two gentlemen. Mauro had retired in the month of December. He was the CEO of Jafra International. And right alongside him, he brought us Paulo Miledo, president of Jafra USA. And I've worked from the field side for 19 years, and I worked from the corporate side for the last 19 years, almost 20 years. And I've worked for many presidents. I've served on many task forces and boards when I was in the field, as well as, of course, corporately. And I've got to say, Paulo was probably one of my favorites. The day I met him, I knew he was here to listen. I knew he was going to create change. He basically thought he'd be here about 2 to 3 years. He was thrilled to be with us the last 5 years. And the man was Jan and Frank in a little man's body with a brilliant brain and a heart of gold. So I want to just say thank you. Great well wishes and karma and prayers to him and his family, who really dedicated their life and their time and their joys to Jafra. And he always talked about dare to believe in your own beauty. And thanks for being the beautiful president that you were. Paulo and Mauro, for all that you did international. You may not have known Mauro, but I got to go to 2 different leadership conferences. I was elected to represent the United States. I served twice, once as a mentor and once personally with the Forvert board from all the countries, and got to work with Mauro. And that was his vision of creating leaders for the future. And kudos to him. He's a brilliant man and has a track record of amazing success. And he really did a lot as well, working alongside us, keeping Forvert connected to us in the United States to rebuild the home of Jafra Cosmetics, Jafra USA. And so without further ado, again, I just say thank you from all of us. If you choose to send a card, send it to the home office. It will get to Paulo, and feel free to do so. But I just want to take a pause to say that. I know we're going to welcome with open arms Judith Sanchez. This woman has an amazing history of Jafra. She's an international leader. She has worked in South America, Brazil, the United States, Asia, and Mexico. She comes with a diverse business background. She has made huge launches, and this is just in Jafra, 28 years in the beauty and cosmetics industry. I think she said she was 27 years in Jafra. So she has spent her entire career. She's a mom of 2 kids. She's a visionary. She's very strategic. She runs businesses and really develops leaders into high potential ambassadors. That's what she is known to do. She has grown in every country she's represented in Jafra. She has grown the leader base, the director base, the ambassador base, per se, in different titles, and really grows sponsoring by teaching business models. She is all about you being profitable in the company and growth. Her middle name, everything I studied about her is growth. So I can't wait to meet her. I know she will be being in California somewhere in the month of March at some of the regional events. She's just working with that calendar. Right now we've got her dubbed in on the 23rd in Riverside at the Basics out there. So she's doing everything to make that work as well. So again, amazing. I love a woman at the head of Jafra. I do enjoy that. And I love that she does come to us. She knew Jan and Frank. And she definitely is about raising strong leaders. So again, thank you to our two guys for all they do. And Judith, we're going to welcome you with open arms, and we'll have a chance to bring her to one of our regional webinars. So I can't go without that best B. Now I want to talk about all the promotions and success of what happened in Team USA from the month of February. You don't have to know this chart, but I make slides. So those of you who like numbers, we all have different personalities. But I know a lot of times we want to see what's been happening with Jafra. Are we growing? Are we changing? Is everything really working? So I just put this in here. I'm not going to read it to you. For those of you who love numbers, you can print this slide and take a look. I'm just going to do kind of top views, by the way. These are the number of new managers and requalified manager promotions. We said last year was the year of leadership. We had to integrate SAP. It was the smartest thing we did security-wise and future-wise for the business. Got another year to finish out those tweaks. Remember, it's a 2-year implementation, but we're getting there. And we've got Denise on our side. We've got CRT working with us now at a closer ranking. So stay tuned. We are tuning that thing and making it work. Along the way, we changed our compensation plan and did our final change in January for a reason. This is what's happened as a result. I'm just going to have you look at all of these titles. We wanted to really be a company of strong leaders, just like Judith believes in. And here you go. Look at from December to March, the difference in first-time new manager growth, the difference in requalified managers and how much difference that made for the month of February. District managers level 1, again, we're doubling what we were doing. District manager level 2, look at this. From 2 to 4 first time, from 0 to 11 requalified. This is getting exciting. This is where the money starts to add commas into your monthly commission checks. You're seeing DM3s requalified and new. Look at that, from 0 to 6. I don't even know how long it's been since we've seen new ones and requalified. And look at that, during the month of March, 9 already. District directors, look what's happening. First time ever new district directors like Rosa Lopez. There was February. Here is March. Here is requalified. So Ladies in Red by Austin is going to be amazing. All right. All right. So someone's mouse is drawing on my page, just an FYI. So watch where your fingers are going. All right. Next, we've got district directors level 2. You've got, again, look at this, district directors level 3. And again, here's where we're going to go, really moving up. Once this starts to grow, you're going to see the ambassadors grow. So we know we're getting a consistency of those with $1,000 or more. A lot of times this was ran by promotions, and we're starting to see some solid balance to the number of people with $1,000 or more. So I love seeing consistency. So this is going to be exciting as we grow the consultant base to see that growing. This was record breaker. Ladies, look at this in purple. Oh my gosh. December. This is the number of people who had 3 qualified new consultants. 36. January, 73. February, 134. March, 352. That's 10 times the growth. Look at that. Oh my gosh, 1,000% growth. That is amazing. And this is the number of fast starts that we had. We had a big sponsoring month in August, so you would see fast starts explode here. Just watch with Record Breaker sponsoring how that's earning the iPad, how fast start's going to start to explode. So I wanted to pause to show you what is happening. It's working. We were promised it would. We would give you not last minute promotions, but businesses each month to run, and Jafra has done it. So let's pause and go back to the Amber region. So here's just a quick sneak peek. I don't have all my reports. obviously it's the second day of the month, or second working day. You already got paid. That's cool. I'm sure bonuses are coming in as well. But Jafra made a commitment of good service, which was paying you first. So I don't have my reports because we do your paychecks before we do the reports. So here's just a sneak peek of what I could find. So I'm really excited. From the month of February, the first steps of success I can see is that we had 12 new and requalified promotions. Our goal is double digits, 10 every single month. You did it. We had 12. So in 2 weeks on our goal achieving webinar, when I have official reports, I will do more recognition, more stories from those who achieved, and we will do more drawings, okay? So FYI, we'll do that. Today, I'm just giving you a sneak preview. We had first-time new managers. They get to earn their new manager bonus. Hannah Wachter, who's with us. Congratulations, Hannah, promoted by Linda Mitchley. And Maricela Hernandez from Ohio, first-time new manager with Yini Chang. So congratulations to our first time. We had many others requalify. But I love when it's been a while since you've been a leader and you're coming back. So if it's been a while, you make us smile. So welcoming back Bernetta Cook with Lou Mulholland, Tijuana Triplet, woohoo, with Carol Boyer with us today, Shirley Pryor Davis with Mentori Braggs. So ladies, welcome back to leadership as well. Welcome first-time new managers. We'll hear more and more from those success steps on upcoming webinars. We just heard from Hannah. She spoke yesterday on our Los Cabos call. She spoke last week on how she was having 4 parties booked and sponsoring other parties. And I'm going to pause and ditto what Susan said. Hannah did 4 parties and had 4 qualified sponsors. Susan said it. Ladies, you still got it. Get out and party if you want to grow your team. Danger only if you want to grow your team. That's all I'm saying, right? Or you want to help them grow their team. So again, who did we have moving up in title? Kathy Morasti, Marie Menard, Yini Chang, right back to DM1s. DM2s, Lou Mulholland, Carol Boyer. Look at this. We haven't seen this in a while. I'm so excited and proud of Michigan. Mentori Braggs, District Manager Level 3. Woo-hoo! So we'll do more celebration in 2 weeks. But again, I can't pause without doing some sneak success previews. Next, what else? I just wanted to share, you know I set goals. We have team goals every month. I always want to tell you how we fare in the market. We held 3rd place until the final 3 days. Then we went to 5th place and we ended in 7th out of 11. Dang. And we are 11 out of 11 with the average sponsors per branch in the nation. Every district leader, I want you to reach down and pull up your leaders this month and each one reach one, okay? So I know, Amber Region, you did the most amazing month, but we need all leaders working arm in arm together as we cross into 1st place. I know we're gonna do it. So here's what we had though. I've got to tell you, record breaking. This was the most sponsors we have ever had in 1 month. I think we hit like 272 one time in the last 2 years since we've been our region. And that was August 2 years ago. And last August, you even did record breaking. You got right in that same ballpark. So this is the highest we've ever had that I have on record with 324 new sponsors. Doesn't mean they all activated, but again, that was the highest sponsoring. We were shooting for 10,000 consultants. We had over almost 4,000. And ladies, again, that's double what we normally do. So hashtag Jafra Movement worked because you did. I couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. That's what momentum change is about. The brakes are on and we're heading up the right path. So we hit again 324. So I want you to be proud. This is our opportunity. This is what is amazing. I've got to tell this story. I'm so proud of you and the systems that we put into play. So watch this. All right. Numbers don't mean anything else. I explain them. We have 215 leaders. Okay. 175 of the sponsors came from leaders. 149 came from consultants. 46% of the sponsoring is from consultants, and about 80% of that is new consultants. So I just got to tell you, let's compare. Ready? We had there's 1,842 total leaders, by the way. So we're about 12% of the JAFRA USA, in case you ever want to do math, all right? The number of new consultants that were sponsored by consultants overall average in the United States is 32%. Most of the other regions are about 30%, 25 to 30% of the sponsoring comes from consultants. Most of it, 70 to 80%, comes from the leaders. Look at you. You're the most balanced region. Why does that make my heart happy? Because you're doing, but you're teaching. If you don't develop others to get 2 ways to paydays, it ends. You can never move up. They never move up, and no one's growing. So I have to tell you, you're number one in my book. Why? How does that work? We're doing emails to every new consultant within 7 to 14 days from the region and from you. We're doing ribbon cutting parties or welcome parties like Susan talked about. We're plugging them into Smart Start Sunday. And you've got 8 amazing trainers out there who have volunteered their time to do repetitive 4 weeks of training. We're averaging 40 people showing up at those trainings every week. So it matters, and most of them are new or really new. That's huge, by the way. So we're going to do some more sponsoring drawings on the 19th, but I had to pause and just say kudos to all of you. I'm going to do a little more recognition. I'm going to come back to the audience and we'll do a great big cheer before we feed our brain. So I wanted to pause and congratulate. Look at this. When you go into JAFRA Royalty and you check out monthly recognition, there you will find those who have 3 QNCs. I think the most we've ever had is 4 or 5 people there. Look at this. This is the best month ever in our region with this. I've never seen it even beat other regions. I am so proud of this. Way to go, Amber region. With 3 QNCs, Pat Clova, look at Clover, Hannah Wachter as a consultant moving to leader, Rosa Lopez, Linda White, Susan Sheehan, Yinny Chang, Vicki Hoover, Delon Jensen, Lisa Washington, all of you, if you were a leader, sorry Hannah, but now you're going to get it as we go forward, had a $100 cash bonus. So way to grab the money. That's the key. Next, we had with more than that, Linda Hartley with 4, Cherie Lester with 5, Jackie Elves with 6, Gina, Carol, and Linda Wright, all with 6, which is $250. So way to go get the money, ladies. Congratulations, that was personal QNCs. Best ever in our history that I am aware of. So you've got it. We also had our consultants. We did some bonus drawings. And so I did the power of 3 the final 3 days. So I wanted to do a winner today. And these are all of the consultants. You enter extra times for the number of qualified consultants that you had personally. So I'm going to do my random.org generator, and we're going to punch in number 1 through 24, which is the total number of tickets I have in here. And we're going to give away our JAFRA. I love this satchel or bag because it's also a traveling jewelry case, okay? So this is our bag collection for the day, who's bagging up the success. And our bonus winner, bear with me, is number 20, which is, let me double check. Shirley Pryor Davis. So Shirley is the winner of our JAFRA bag this month. So congratulations, Shirley. Keep on growing, keep on sponsoring. All right, next. And of course, everybody won the beautiful duet of drinkware from JAFRA. Our leaders, again, went into the drawing for their QNCs. And so we want to celebrate. I'm just putting, what we did is for every 3 you had in your branch, you enter, okay? So some of you are entered twice, some of you are entered once. So this is another drawing. And leaders, this is for the purse that has the two, bear with me, has the two straps, all right? The gold and the fun little Jafra logo strap, all right? I saw this was a little hot item for Peanut Purple. So I'm putting in my phone 1 through 17. I'm gonna hit my generate button, and the winner is with 14. Rosa Lopez, congratulations. So again, I thank you all for all that you did last month. I'm just gonna end here really quick to talk about where we landed with sales. This was an interesting month for us. We're always number 1 or 2 in sales, and we ended up tied for second to last place. So that's okay. What that tells me is that we literally have the opportunity to qualify all of those sponsors. So we had a lot of kit buyers, but this is their month to qualify. And we've got everything on the table for that. So I know we're gonna make that up. This is what the average of the company was towards the number of orders goals. And we had the, again, second to last lowest percentage of leaders hitting their monthly target. The average per region was 45, we had 34. So again, leaders, let's reach out as districts, let's pull each other together and have a month of great growth. You just did a great job. So I just give you stats, but I know what we're on to for this month, and everything is set up for success this month. I do want to pause before I end this segment and go live to the audience. And I want to be able to say thank you to those as district leaders who did achieve their number of orders goals for themselves and their leaders. I congratulate you. I thank you. Jackie Elves, Sylvia Morris Pine, Tammy Benedict, Michelle Colbert, Janet Cower, Rosa Lopez, Lisa Washington, Linda Wright, and Glenda David. Congratulations for all that you do to reach those goals, reach your team, and reach success. So as we talk sales, we end this section with our top sellers. This is just a quick view. You'll see everybody next couple of weeks or next week on Jafra Royalty. But look at those over 2,000. Ruth Gary, Linda Wright, Janice Todd, Debbie Weiss. Look at this new consultant. She started and joined in February. Look at her sales. Ruby Ariano with Linda Hartley had over almost 2,500 in personal sales as a brand new consultant. Linda Potter-Lint, congrats, over 2,800, as well as Therese Swoda. Over 3,000, Linda Ploner, congratulations out there in the Massachusetts area. Janet Zanini with 5,800 and Linda Hartley with over 6,100. So again, a great big kudos of congratulations. So I just want to go back to the audience. How are you all feeling about an amazing month? Woohoo! So I hope you're proud of that, because I am. It was a game changer. It was a momentum changer. And it was a month that everybody was sponsoring like crazy with cash on the table and kits galore. So Jafra, very smartly, brought it back for us. So I haven't had a chance. I see a lot of chatting going on. So Laura, you want to update me? What's all the chatter about?
Well, Hannah wants to know if the cash bonus is available this month too. And then she put a smiley face. So I think she knows she's dreaming a little bit there.
I realize that's my new manager bonus now.
Yeah, we're going to give her the new manager bonus. And she saw a lot of bonuses last night. She might not have been aware, right, Hannah?
There's so many numbers. I want it all.
Exactly. I love it. All right. And congrats, Hannah. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
There's a lot of cheering going on. Janet Flores asked if, she said, do you mean in March there are 352 with 3 QNCs sponsored? Is that which, and she was questioning that, but I don't remember which one we were looking at for that, so we probably have to go back. And then, looks like there's a few names missing, but like you said, you don't have all your reports yet. Lisa Washington should have been on there. And other than that, it's a lot of cheering.
Lisa Washington for...
So I don't know which report she was saying. I don't remember. It was one of the last ones.
She was on there with 6.
Yeah. It might have been when you were talking about...
Everything is listed as qualified, ladies.
Okay.
So by the way, in case you're doubting, when you see me do recognition, it's always qualifying. You were in there with a number 2 behind your name, Lisa, for the drawing. You were there with the number 2. So you were in there twice because you had 6 qualified in your branch. Above 6, by the way. So you were in there with the number 2 behind it. So that meant because it was for every 3. And then when Janet asked the question about the list, the 352, that's just purely sponsored. That does not mean activated or qualified, okay? So again, I think we had a lot of sponsoring without the qualifying, which then dipped our sales, probably the lowest it's been in a long time. So that's just the facts. It is what it is, right? So now we've got new packs. We've got 40% this month, so we'll get everybody qualified this month. So
question for you, and when you say that you're looking for orders for us, when Jaffer's looking for orders, they're not talking about $300 orders. They're talking about just orders, retail orders, correct?
it's the number of orders, correct, that consultants place in your branch.
So have they started posting that goal somewhere?
No, I do it
Right.
as a regional, and I haven't been getting them as timely, so I get them about mid-month now, and then I keep posting who's on track, and then I post it. So that's the only way we've got it right now. I don't think the system has it updated yet, so it's a good question, but I don't think they're back to it yet.
Okay.
So not that it's not going to happen, but
I don't remember seeing it in February, and so I was like, I know I probably just missed it somewhere, but
no, I don't. It used to pop up, but I don't think it's popping up right now. Paulo addressed that. I can't remember if it was Dallas, but we did ask that.
right.
He said, we know it's not there. We were trying to do the back build on other things and then pop that back up again. And we didn't have it for a couple of weeks either. So it's okay. I mean, it's like if we have it, great. Now that we're back to getting it, we finally started getting it like the last 10 days. And I started posting who was tracking to it. So now that I think we're starting, I don't know yet because it's the first week, but if we get that, then I'll keep posting that for the leaders within the WhatsApp or email. So you've got the goals in advance. We just had that little hiccup of time as we were doing some of those builds and changes from January and February. I think the comp plan took a big build. And so we wanted to get all that working. And then of course, getting everybody paid earlier. Now that that's working, yay, we can, and the sponsoring piece to it, right? So once we're getting that repaired and working like a charm this month, I think we'll see that come back. So I did ask the question from Denise if that's going to pop back up. And if not, it's okay if I've got it. So I'll just send it to the email. So, okay, anything else before we pop back?
I just wanted to point out, you talk about Eric Worre a lot. And for those of you who are interested in him, he has a deal going right now where you can get full access to his training and all of his like master classes for $1 for 2 weeks. And then you can, cancel. If you don't cancel, then it's $49 a month to be a member of his group. But I went for it, and there's a lot of amazing stuff in there. So for $1, I don't know, it's pretty good.
He's still to this day, I don't know. He's just one of my all-time favorite, sponsoring the way that our company is run and how we're talking about talking to people, and it's cosmetic, so it's a little simpler that way. Definitely, he is probably the top trainer of simple. You also get his book GoPro for free. I already have it, but you get his book as well for $1. So yeah, it's kind of an insane deal. And if it's on your shelf, I would dust it.
Yeah.
And really I'm not joking. It's not a joke. At the beginning of every month, I honestly scan through it and I reread it because it is the freshest point of how to do this business. So it's everything. So again, even if you have it, get it back out and do it takes me 30 minutes and I just do a refresher for my own brain. But it really is so gosh darn good. So thank you for that because I'll always stand behind that trainer.
I'm going to put the link to the deal in the chat.
Thank you. Okay, ladies, we're going to keep going. Thank you for all the kudos. Congrats to all of you. And we'll have official reports. I did as much as I could find this morning really quick. But let's get back to a little bit more on how do we keep building. I know we already did our shares at the beginning of the video. or webinar today, just sharing some of the key points, like Dia talking about packing her color makeup bag and being ready to go talk to people. Wileen talked about, just really inviting people, listening, and having more conversations and helping them overcome their objections. She did a great job on that. There was also something I liked that Wileen talked about. She said, I always meet at, and forgive me, I don't know what place it was, sounded a little Missouri-lac, but whatever place she meets at, she always knows in her mind when she meets someone, that's where she's going to meet them for coffee. So make sure you've got a couple of meetup places in mind. So you're ready to go like this. You know your dates and you know your locations and when you're available. As you talk to people, it's far easier to meet people somewhere than to follow up and then try to book with them. So absolutely really key. When you look at your calendar, do you have places every single week, whether it's a party at your house, it's coffee and conversations at Caribou or Panera or Starbucks every Tuesday, Thursday, maybe 2 different zip codes. Do you have places when there's an interest that whether you planned on one or not, you can say, gosh, I'm going to be over here at this place. Let's meet there. So I loved that she said, that's where I always go. It's my go-to. Good. She's always ready then to say, let's meet here. And then plug it in the calendar. And then Susan shared again the power of sitting down and going back to parties, which is what this month is about. And just the power of helping a new consultant. That new consultant now is set for business. She knows parties is the answer. And just like we talked about Hannah did 4 parties, promoted to manager. And that's really what we train on Sunday nights. Smart Start Sunday is 4 parties, 4 people, 4 weeks. If they want to do that in 4 months, that's up to them. But we're going to train them how to do it faster, and they can settle for slower if they choose to. Our only purpose is how do they want to be served as a, to buy and be served as a client with monthly offers to save time and money, to book and earn free and deep discounts, which we're going to talk about today, by treating their friends to a 30-minute spa session, beauty treatment with a beauty specialist, makeup specialist, or begin a business. It's spring, it's time to fling, and it's time to begin. So this is really what this is about. I want to say kudos to all of you. I know some of you tried Facebook Live for the first time. You were doing hashtag Jafra Movement. It hasn't stopped. We're not painting this month, we're partying. But the truth is, the movement continues. So please continue to go live on your Facebook. Continue to do more postings and always tag people and write hashtag Jafra Movement. So when we pull up hashtag Jafra Movement, all the pictures and stories begin to grow and explode. So continue that movement. If you're questioning, yes, I did start a new Facebook page. It's actually my old one, my original Jafra one, and it's Jackie Geisinger. So if I invite you to move there and I defriend you on my personal one, don't take it personal. I'm going to have a Jafra one so I can tag you all and do Jafra. I don't want to do that on my personal profile. So I've got my Jafra profile and my personal one. So you might want to do that same. But if you're questioning, yes, it's true. You can accept my friend. I wasn't hacked, okay? So moving forward, keep on moving with your Paint It Purple. Keep on talking each and every day, which we heard from Dia, Wileen, Susan, and everyone about conversations. As we move to the next P, we did promotions and parades of success, and we talked about Paulo. Now we're going to just quickly talk about what did Jafra give us this month. It's all about parties and products. Wow, I'm in awe of our product line. I can't even believe this. Jan and Frank are screaming and singing and dancing, and I'm just so incredibly proud of Luna Bright. It's an amazing product. I know you're all posting how you're using it, what you're using. Keep doing that, but it's only so good. We're already in Jafra. It's about changing complexions and giving people consultant opportunities. So again, now we're here. And Jafra is here to say we have 50% commission, again, for all of our consultants who achieve 400 cumulative retail sales this month. So this is a time, leaders, when you look in your calendar to plan your action, where is your call time? Consultants need to know this ASAP. Sponsoring leads need to know this ASAP. They can join with 50% versus 40% this month. So this affects every new consultant or those who have not had a $300 month in the last 2 months, because they would only have the choice of 30 or 40. They now have the choice of 50. So if you've never done a phone tree, try it. Your voice is far more valuable than words typed. So try a phone tree, dial my calls, talk to each other on Facebook and WhatsApp. You've got a community of helping each other, so I'm not here to train on that. But it's time you step out of the box and try it, okay? I have to share a story. Susan Nichols was in a coaching call, and I said, I'm done hearing about you need to try that. I've heard it for too long. Sorry, Susan, but it's the truth. You all maybe relate to this. And guess what? We set up her dial my calls. She did the call. She had an invitation to a Zoom meeting, and she had 10 people show up at a Zoom meeting. And within 5 minutes of her recorded call, she had 5 consultants so excited to hear her voice. And she said, oh my gosh, what have I been waiting for? It's no excuse time. Your voice matters. That's why Facebook Live, it's you, the brand. That's why recorded calls or videos on iPhones, like I shared Linda Wright. She was so excited about Susan, her sister, who shared. And I've got to just say, when I see Linda's video, that means so much more to me than all of these texting. You can do videos on WhatsApp. Just hold the camera down and you choose video or picture. So get your community communicating. And be the communicator of voice and face. So I'm just doing that in your action planning. Do it. You need a buddy. Ask a leader to call and help you who's done it. You need each other. You don't need me. You have each other, okay? So I am going to ask you to get communication extraordinaire this month. So with potential consultants and consultants, potential hostesses and hostesses, think of your parties as well. I wanted to have you pause and take a look at this. A $200 retail order for those who would be 30% this month if they don't do 400. That's those who have not ordered 300 in the last 2 months. Maybe your I's and your P's. Their order cost is $140 for 200 retail. But wait, okay, if they did a 300, it would be $180 cost, right? If they bumped it up 100 retail for $40 cost more. But wait, and that would be a new consultant who only does 300. Now she gets the longevity balm, but wait, she's missing out because the cost of a $400 order is 200 retail. So for $60 more from part 1, 30%, she gets 200 more retail from those I's and P's, or not ordering 300 in the last 2 months. That's huge. $60 for $200 retail. B to C, $20 more from 180 to 200. Again, that's 100 more retail. So this is a chart you can use, you can cut and paste it, but it gives you an idea of communication to help them pause and really think about being smart order placers or smart profiteers, okay? So I wanted to give you that slide. I'm gonna move this a second. We've already talked about this. This is the new consultant package from here going forward. Jafra did it. We finally got the inventory to work with. We wanted to wait until we launched Luna Bright to change the value of the packs, and it's here. We know you've wanted it and asked for it. We listened, but we had to wait until Luna. Well, Luna Bright is here. So now your packs for new consultants are $400. Every time you sponsor, even with a $19 kit, no new consultant should ever miss this. They get it once in their lifetime the month they join. Sponsor this way from here on out. Don't ever let them go without a pack. Why? Look at this. They have $1,051 in the skincare pack. This pack is amazing. Even has the body complex. So this helps fill the kit with the Hostess rewards. This helps fill the kit with products they're missing. These are our top selling skincare products right here. 25 of them. Their cost, $200 this month. Next month it won't be, okay? It'll be at 40%. This month, $200. This is for every single person, 1 month only. You can't ever say, I wish I was new again. You are, right? You can buy the second pack. I love this pack. These are our top selling fragrances. I'm sorry, fragrances sell. You got Mother's Day and Father's Day. It's right here. These are our top selling ones. And these right here, again, $200, $1,060 value. Look at the products in here as well. So let's do this. If you bought one pack, you would have an $860 profit. I'm a business person. I invested in businesses all my life. I got to tell you something. I would buy these packs. I would pre-pack them and sell them, take the profit because it's 81%. Then I'd go shopping and buy what I want for my kit or myself. I'm just telling you how my brain as an investment businesswoman works. That's my brain. I'm going to the bank and saying, listen, I want to borrow $400 because I got an 81% return. When you buy both packs, there is $1,720 profitability up to 81%, $400. You've got to be kidding me. That's the profit. So that is an incredible return. Every consultant has the choice this month. And again, now we can QNC from last month. Now we can make sure we sponsor with these packs. So they get a kit, but they can invest in 80% profit. Now, it'll go down to 70% like it was last time after we end this month, okay, for sponsoring. Look at this, 52 products, $7.69 is the cost of each product. Are you kidding me? The average product here is about $45 retail. So that's just crazy, all right? So this is the time. Communication matters, sponsoring matters. This is a big deal, right? So they can use them any way they want, but I'm just saying, show and sell, use that profit, and then invest again differently. So that's for all of you. What else do we have on the table? And then we're going to just go back for a few Q&As before we go to our final education section. This month, as we know, parties are the answer. Jafra has this amazing bag. This is really a lot bigger than that royal bag we received at conference last August. Has the Luna Bright B, has a zipper. So this is our new tote. This is for one QNC, a 400 this month, level 1. Level 2 is for the product. So how many achievers will you have in your branch? Make your list, call them, and help them plan to book parties because it's proven. When you hold a party, you'll sponsor. So again, that's the key. We have brought back, in case you missed it, the $19 kit to keep the momentum going. So they can choose from the $19, $129, $49. And along the way with that 400, they have 50%. And they have these amazing free gifts for their first 3 months, including the month they start. And 3 months of 400 earns them fast start, right? So a great opportunity. This is the last month to promote branches if you're a leader to earn Los Cabos, and the last month for leaders to promote to manager to earn Los Cabos. We recorded the call last night because it's very detail driven of what's on the table and how to do it. So that's that recording is up in the Facebook group on the Amber region. And leaders, you have this quarter, you're all on track for this. Qualify your consultants this month, and you've got 6 direct, 9 indirect, and there's $500. What will you spend that on in April? it's no excuses. Everyone is in the running to earn this bonus this month. So plan your calendar to do it. It's halfway to Orlando. You can get a fresh start this month, even if you're at 0. Could you imagine 10 QNCs this month and then helping them earn $400 the next 2 months for their Fast Start Royal Jelly Longevity and all their 3 months of products? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Don't say I don't. Don't say I can't. I should have. The time is now. We're giving everybody a clean slate and a chance to play with your best friends, your Jafra Leader friends down at Disney. Whether you just earned the first level, go play in Disney World as an adult with friends. Go play at the park of Universal Studios. This is the month you've got it all on the table. The best way to sponsor and promote to success is always parties. I've watched everybody try to do it every other way, and the only way I know that works is the balance of parties and postings and talking to people. Parties will always be the greenest part of income producing activities. Don't miss starting today. Look at this, 4 days in a row at 4 p.m., party training by your President's Club. Don't miss it. That is on Be Beautiful. And we will have that, of course, recorded in your live on-demand webinars. We know parties is the answer, just as Susan said. You will sell, you will book, you will sponsor, and you will train. If you heard Hannah share last Tuesday on our party training, don't miss it, by the way. She booked 4 parties and sponsored at her last party because she really hostess coached. And we have all of the training in your party training on how to have successful parties. So it's excuse proof. You just got to do it. Even if you said, like Susan, I don't know if I still have it. Yes, you do. I dare you to try 1 or 2 every week at your own home, online, at workplaces, anywhere you want to go, and gather people to experience beauty and business, and it will sell itself, like Susan said. So I want to end this section, and I'm going to come back to the audience and do a close following up to Jose Luis. I wanted to close with the power of 1. I've said this, I've posted this, but I'm going to put this into your mind. When you sponsor 1 person every month yourself, I believe in more. I like 3 QNCs for a big success model, but we'll talk just 1. And each new person you sponsor just 1 every month. Consistency is the change. At the end of 1 year, your team would have 2,048 new consultants. This is the start of 2019. Hashtag revolution. Hashtag Jafra movement. It really is pausing right now, leaders. How am I going to follow up, train, recognize, and coach them to each one reach 1? What does that look like? If they don't want it, you do. Can they be a referral? We have Smart Start Sundays, just like Hannah shared with us. It really is about parties. What's in it for them? 2 ways to payday. We focus on $400 months or weeks at Smart Start. 1 sponsor a month or a week in Smart Start. We'll settle for monthly, but we expect and train them to do it weekly because they too can be Hannah, growing to leadership in 4 weeks. That is all 2 ways to payday. So I'm going to take a quick pause and go back to the audience before I go to my final section. Lori, any chatter or anyone out there, any chatter, any comments, anything you're excited about, anything we need to see or know?
Well, there's
Anybody
a lot of
excited first while she's reading? Who's excited? Woo! I hope you all liked your paychecks because there's bigger ones coming even this month.
Yes.
So, yes. All right. Anything there, Lori, we want to share?
Debbie said, I'm not sure what she's referring to. Do they count for prizes? That was just a question just now.
Maybe
If that's a qualified person, if that's for the bag, it always is the month they join and qualify for the monthly incentives, in case that was the question. Okay.
Linda's asked what were the 3 B's. Buy, book,
Buy,
begin.
book, or begin. Buy, book, or begin.
Yes. Hannah asked if the parties will be recorded.
Yes,
I believe
for sure.
she's referring to the weekly one this week.
Yep.
And Carol says, where do folks go to get on these 4 trainings at 4 p.m.?
Beautiful.
Yep. And they also,
They do double sync them in Beauty Insiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they stream live in future.
They have been, yeah. But just in case, we dubbed it as Beautiful. Okay.
Right. And then Deb, she said, do they count for prizes if they sponsored in February? And like you said, it's always in the month they join. They do count for points. So this is an interesting point about Magic Monday, about Orlando, my brain. So I had somebody that sponsored in January, and she did not a lot of anything for the first couple months, and then she did 400 this month, and I got points this month, even though she never QNC'd. So, and that was something that I wasn't super clear on. So that was kind of cool to know. But even if, I don't know if they're supposed to give me points, but they did. So just so you know, so just keep sponsoring, and of course QNCing, you need the QNC for, I didn't get points for her as a QNC, like I still have to have my 10, but as far as points for 400 in sales, I did get points for that.
You do.
Right.
You do.
I did not get her. She doesn't count as a QNC, of course, but
correct.
But for the 400 she's doing, and if she does it again next month and etc., she's still going to give me points, even though she wasn't one of my 10. So that was kind of cool.
That's in the FAQs.
Yeah.
So you can see that in the FAQs there.
Yeah.
It's true.
One of those things I just kind of skimmed over when I was looking at all that stuff. So I was just kind of like, oh, look at that. I got more points. But I think that was the main, I don't think I missed any questions. A lot of woohooing going on.
Woohoo! All right. Awesome. We're going to take us back to get to the end of our show. Thank you for the pause moments. Thank you, Lori, for the update. Appreciate that. And here we go. So as we start this revolution, I want to bring you back to tools. You know how I feel. I'm always about using tools that work. So this is your sponsoring brochure, okay? The opportunity brochure. This is my favorite page, and it really talks about how do I sponsor? What do I say? Well, it's inviting them. Please really read this page. We talk about the opportunity. I don't mind that they buy direct from the company, but my goal is that if they love the products, could we find a way with the free website and sharing it to just earn you some fun money? Whether it's just a little bit, it can go a long way, right? Whether it's just a little extra cash, or maybe you use the cash to buy your Jafra stash, I'm okay with that. So I want to show you, I'm so happy you're joining our team and our company. You're a smart shopper. But let me show you how you could turn this into fun money along your way, along your day. So again, then we talk about how do they share the products. Then, how do you pay your bills? Well, if you want to pay your bills, down your debt, build your future, it's all about building 2 ways to paydays. Again, 50%, 11%, starting with 4, and let's move into your first 4 parties, all right? We'll do a practice one, and you can practice a couple live, in person, on Facebook, in Zoom, in a room. So talking about that. And then the third is how we also have an amazing part-time career with full-time benefits. And this could just be replacing all those 4 or 5 gigs people have, replacing that full-time job they absolutely hate, or they're just over broke going to work for someone else's dream. So we offer those options for people. This page is really what you say before, during, and after sponsoring. It's a great postable tool. It's a wonderful placemat at a party. It's a great flyer with the picture of the kits on back, or your napkin presentation on the opportunity of 50 and 11%. It's just a wonderful page about who Jafra is and what we offer. Again, I'm not going to go into that today. We'll feature Lisa Washington. She's got something cool, but I'm going to let her do it another month, and she'll come back and talk about how her new consultants are sponsoring using her welcome letter and coupons. So I had it there just in case we had time, but I'm going to let Lisa be prepared. She didn't have much of a voice last night. So I'll see if we can get her to share with us on the Goal Achieving webinar, her system that's working with her district. She just had, I think she said 15 sponsors in her district last month, which was record breaker, or in her branch. So I really want her to share how she's working with those new consultants to each one reach one, if not three, with a coupon program. So that being said, please take a look at your March calendar. We're going to just finish with IPA's, income producing activities, from Jose and how do you maximize. In red is where we have our regional coaching. In blue is where we have our training. In amber color is where I will be doing tours. I won't be here at the Riverside, but that's where Judith will be with our area leaders. So all of those places are places for you to bring potential consultants, potential future leaders on Tuesdays, all right? You also have all of the company training. I'm sorry, I did do this wrong. It's my bad, and I'm not changing the calendar. You can read. But this is at 11:30 on Tuesdays. They do Luna training on Beauty Insiders on Facebook. I wrote it in Central Time. Imagine 4 time zones all the time. So sorry, that is my bad. But everything else is listed Pacific time. So this is really a time to pause and to really take a look at what am I doing to bring people alongside me. So take this calendar, plan to post on daily social up here, plan to talk to 2 to 5 people a day, plan your power hours or segments with these things up here that serve people. And make sure you're hosting parties each week on Facebook, in your home, on Zoom for your team. It is party time, and parties will lead you to the sponsors and leaders you're looking for. We've got Luna Bright. We've got Drastic. Again, tools that will help you book parties, talk more about product. This is a wonderful tool that talks about who the different product lines or brands are for. Jafra has created an awesome hostess program, and this month they have given us my favorite. For me, if I were booking parties and I had a bonus hostess collection, I would give this away alongside my my Revitalize mask. That volcanic mask plus these 3 are probably 4 of my favorite products other than Royal Jelly Revitalize. These are my all-time 4 faves. You would spend $32. It's up here, so it's in a slide. I won't go through all the details. We've already done a lot of hostess training. What do they spend? What do you spend? What's their price for their products? What's your profit? I'm only talking March right here. So you would have, if they did a $600 party, you would have $64 to spend, right? And again, you can use that money to buy these hostess gifts, the $7 mask and a $25 trio. Look at that. You're spending $32, and you could put a denominator with a $500 party if you wanted. It's up to you. They don't see this. They could buy it. It's a great buy if you choose to do it. It's like buy 1, get 2 free for hostesses only this month. But I'd rather have them buy Royal and get to a $600 party like Susan just had $800. So you can figure out the math. I'm not here to train on that. It's all printed for you. But look at, they get $115 in our top 4 favorites with their party this month. You can say a $600 if you choose. It's up to you. But they get 67% off as well, up to 9 Royal Jelly products. If you don't know the hostess program, watch party training last Tuesday. It's all there for you in detail. This is a deal I would be booking every date I have for parties. So again, when you go into the party training unit in Facebook, and you can study the college course on party planning, you can look at party planning in March. We even made you a wish list now for the hostess. We have invitations with the Power of Royal Jelly QR code and the royal and a business video, all in your invitations to the party. Use them. They're all done for you. They don't have a website. You don't have to redo anything. Just type in information for the hostess to post or pass out, or if you want to mail them, okay? Or she can text them. We have a hostess letter. It's all training last Tuesday. I'm not repeating it, but the hostess letter to help you ensure $600, 2 bookings, and a sponsor. It's all there and done for you alongside your hostess brochure. Jafra gives you all the tools, like Susan said, the fold-out guide and the products. Away we go. It sells itself. So again, please use the tools. You have more reason to party with Royal Jelly Makeup. It's already in your spring summer catalog. I love what's happening to this makeup line. I can't even believe it. Super excited. Pictures for how to use it on the back, like Dolce Vita. The bee embossed into these beautiful products. Jafra has a demo pack, so mark your calendars. March 15th, you need to do a phone tree again. You need to reach all those consultants on Facebook Live. So you could have all sorts of parties books from Luna Bright, Revitalize, Boost, and beautiful Royal Jelly. Again, the power of luxury makeup. So again, illuminating with beautiful girls' nights go-tos. So Jafra gives us a great party plan for this month with 4 simple steps. This aligns to the party or the makeup trends for 2019. Minimalist. It's perfect. Matte colors, a little bit of shimmer and sparkle to the red lipsticks and the bright colors. You're right on trend to everything we studied in January in College Course 101. So it's all here. Spread the news, book your calendar, be limited to the number of openings with that amazing $115 free for your hostess offer. The Italian Riviera, wonderful Dolce Vita party continues this month for the Sweet Life beauty look for the season, flirty and fun. You have fragrance parties like you heard Andrea train on last Friday. That is, and again, yesterday we trained on it in the business meeting, talking about the beautiful spring look and the radiance of summer and the sun. We're all ready for the spring reflections. The key is to pause. How do you take action? You got to make your list. The smartest use of your green time is literally parties, where you can average up to $125 an hour. So this is a list for you. I'm not here to read it to you, but pause and print this page. You can be your own hostess. Pause and think, who would love to be a hostess? Who loves this, 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 and this? Do team parties. Have cash and cosmetic sessions at coffee shops. Do beauty and business, not beauty and business, beauty and business. Take a looks. Have a place to invite people on your calendar as a team and for yourself. Invite people to your home. Invite people to rooms in Zoom. I'm not reading this. It's in the January training. But remember the trends for beauty and business. There's those 3 B's, Linda. It's all right here. Jafra has it. January, February, and March. Spring and summer. Everything people are looking for in product demands, you have. Find your words. Print your calendar pack in the region under the regional units. And there's all sorts of days to post, celebrate, and pamper people. We also have in that January college course party training and trends, the key to sponsoring. Remember what people are looking for, the biggest summary. This is a land where everyone is open to a side hustle. I'm just reading this last sentence. They're looking for something that's easy to start. Boom, you've got it. Easy to understand, 50 and 11. Boom, you've got it. Fits into their lifestyle. They can merge their training at their own convenience. They can share along their way socially and on the go on a website and samples. Boom, you've got it. Lowest risk, high return, 81% with those packs. Boom, you've got it. That's who's going to win in the market trends of today. You can't tell them all the 8 ways to make money. You know what people are looking for? Simple, 50 and 11. They're looking for fast payouts right away, not waiting for 6 months to start to make money. 50% at 400, that's 200 bucks income next week. Or maybe you could invest in packs and I could turn that into 1,600 in the next couple of weeks. That's what they're looking for. It's March into Success, Pot of Gold, Lucky March for, again, St. Patty's Day, Spring Flings, Mardi Gras, all sorts of ways to say we need your help. Jafra has built the house and we need more people. Remember what Jose Luis said. He talked about what stops you from growing your team or sponsoring. You're afraid of something. Figure out what you're afraid of and face it. Just like Dia talked about, Wileen and Susan, they all just faced their fears and they prepared themselves and did it. You might think in your head, I don't know what to say. Please use your tools and get a buddy. I know Betty is partnered up with Michelle Hall, and they're holding themselves accountable each day to do something different, challenge themselves, practice. If you say you don't have the time, you're not planning the time. If you did not go to Jose Luis's training last month, please do. If you didn't get enough out of it, go back to all 4 series. Skip fast through what you don't need. But I'm going to tell you, he brought back the one thing that I know changed my business, and many of you are changing from this. I know Linda White shared she had the best month ever in her life in Jafra because she did Jose Luis color coding. Pink, yellow, blue, and green. I'm not training on it. It's in Beautiful. But I challenge you to have harmony. Jose Luis said a story, and this is what hit my heart. He was working 50 hours a week, and it didn't work, and it didn't work, and it didn't work. But when he did the color coding, which he thought was silly, he saw he only put 5 hours into income-producing activities. And that was why he was going nowhere. And I would bet 90% of direct sellers and self-employed people have the same problem. And really, what is an IPA? First, we're saying stop. Recruiting is never, or sponsoring is never about you. You never have to convince anyone. Do what Wileen said. Pause and listen and think about what's in it for them. That's what she did. She didn't convince. She said, you know, I understand. I felt, but here's what I found, or here's what's in it for you. The key is everything we heard in the beginning 15 minutes is what you're hearing in the last 15. You just need to keep talking to enough people to see if the shoe fits that prince or that princess, right? So again, it's shoe fitting time. How do you sponsor and promote? You know what? We did Magic Monday yesterday, and there's something, they all had a momentous month. And you know what? Whether it was small or big, it was this. You got to give yourself a checkup from the neck up, as Zig Ziglar said. Leaders who have success promoting leaders consistently have an attitude that everyone can be a leader. They don't judge. And so can everyone be a consultant. It's always the same. They believe that every consultant deserves to at least hear about leadership benefits and decide for themselves. It is not your job to offer it to everyone and then convince them. It's the consultant's job to hear it and decide if they want that or not, like Hannah. And you know what? When it's their time, it's great. So we just keep offering the business, planting seeds, and we keep offering leadership as well. Sponsoring, promoting have 5 steps, as you will see in Beautiful. We have to talk to enough people, have a place to invite them within the next 2 to 3 days, present what we have using our tools, our brochures, our opportunity brochure, our income opportunity, our videos, and keep following up and seeing what's right for them. Just stay in touch every 2 to 3 days. That's, as Hannah calls it, the dribble effect. Lead them to the training, and again, ask them to duplicate. Could you imagine 2,000 new consultants by a simple formula of a $400 order and a new consultant every month. That's fast start in 3 months. But what if we did it every week because they needed more than just a couple $100 a month? They need a couple hundred each week. That's the difference. And then we're going to add extra paydays when they get to their team of 4. So keep it simple. You've got everything you need on the table. You heard this, by the way, at National Conference in the Be Your Best guide that we use on Sunday nights. Look at this. 75 to 80% of everything you always do in this business is talking to enough people. Plan the time, as Jose Luis said, coaching and training. There's some administration and planning time, but make sure you also have time for your family in pink. Always fill your heart so you can fill the heart of others. So go back and take a look at Jose. We will post these 2 tools called the IPA tracking. These are what IPAs are in Jafra, in case you don't know what green was. I brought this back, I updated it because of Jose Luis, and I will post it in our Tuesday trainings today with the slides. And always make sure you start March with all of these goals filled out. I'll post this sheet as well separately. This is how you coach people to leadership, and this is how you coach yourself by setting goals and plans and tracking it. These are tools that will go alongside everything we're doing this month, with parties to sponsoring. Start setting the table this month as you communicate. Don't forget to say, P.S. Austin is at its lowest price this month only. It goes up next month by $20. So this is the time to, don't forget in your messages and everything, to bring them to Austin, where Jafra goes big. And you heard from Paulo when we had our President's Edition, thank God we did that, we have men's skincare coming brand royal in August. So again, set your goals and plan your action. I thank you for joining us for your leader meeting this week. I hope you are ready to go green and take success in action for what you deserve this month. So this ends our recording for today. I thank you all for being here live. We will stop the recording, and then I'll just stay on in case there's any particular questions or comments from today.